does Lookout Landing feel like home? At the release date of this video, 13 days ago, a YouTuber that goes by the name of Superdonk made a video named Why Does Hateno Village Feel Like Home? And I agree and disagree with this video. Why do I agree? Well, I actually don't agree. But I would have agreed if this video was released about a month earlier when Tears the Kingdom hadn't launched and Lookout Landing wasn't a thing. But this video was released while Tears the Kingdom was active. And that's why I don't agree. Cause now that Lookout Landing is a thing, I feel like Lookout Landing is more comfortable than Hateno Village. But why is it that I feel this way? Well, I don't know. It's just something about Lookout Landing. From the second you walk through those doors, the scenery is beautiful, the people are kind, there's fat Goron kids rolling on the floor, and it really just feels like, well, home. But not only does Lookout Landing feel like a home, we need it. Without Lookout Landing, we wouldn't have a place to receive the main storyline quest for Tears of the Kingdom. Think about it for a second. Where did you get all of your main quests? That's right, Lookout Landing. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm almost done. I just have an addiction to Gorons. The baby Gorons are so cute! Anyway, back on subject. Lookout Landing also provides many services, such as the Skyview Tower to directly access the second floor of Hyrule Castle. There's also a store in Lookout Landing that sells things such as arrows, armor pieces, elixirs, and food. So that also comes in extremely handy sometimes. Lookout Landing will also always hold a special place in my heart because it was the first place I visited after leaving the Great Sky Island. And they did not make me feel like a visitor. And that's one of the main reasons why it really does feel like a home to me. Wait a second. Hold up. Do what your heart feels. Okay. Anyway, I do have to say I absolutely adore Hateno Village. Before Lookout Landing, I can agree, it did feel like home. Every day, like he did, I would end my game file at Hateno Village, so I could start again at Hateno Village and end again at Hateno Village. It just felt like the right thing to do. With all things considered, I have actually not visited Hateno Village yet in my playthrough, so let's go check how it's going. It took a while, but we eventually reached the sign that had originally led me to Hateno Village. I took a left as it instructed me to get to Hateno Village. As I was gliding through the air, I could see Hateno Village in the distance of my eye. The red and white color scheme of the houses still stayed the same. And then I heard the music that had originally brought me to Hateno Village in Breath of the Wild. And it was still as happy as it was before. Nothing had changed. The same guy was trying to get his pumpkins still to grow. The street sweeper hadn't left and was still sweeping the streets. The two old ladies were still at the laundromat talking about whatever they were. And Sage, the dyer, of course, was still there. As happy as he was in Breath of the Wild, but this time just with a mushroom hat. Everything just felt peaceful. You couldn't even see Hyrule Castle from Hateno Village. It hadn't been infested with malice, there were no guardians, nor constructs, but there was one thing left. And what was that? Well, Link's house. As I slowly but surely travelled across the bridge, I could hear it shake. After 5 years of waiting, we can finally see what's happened to Link's house. As I opened the door, I realised this house was no longer mine, but yet owned to somebody else's name. The pictures on the walls, well, they were not there before. Before, there were bow stands, weapon stands, and shield stands. I travelled upstairs slowly, and I found myself at a desk with a journal on it. I read the pages, and it all started to make sense. After all, this was Zelda's journal, meaning she must have bought the house or been given it. And seeing that Link is Zelda's appointed knight, he must have gave it to her. I mean, that's what a knight should do, right? I read a couple more pages and I closed the book. I smiled. Well, that's what happened. The lore behind the house is complete. After all this time, we finally know. I thought to myself, That's really what happened all along. And that's it. We've unraveled the mystery of why Lookout Landing feels like home.